Hello, welcome to my channel, and today we have another author interview. Today I've got Chris Kennedy. He's not just an author, he's a publisher as well. And, he does everything, this man. As well as he's a speaker, I believe, from reading up on you and stuff. You're a speaker, or you do speaking or something along those lines. He is one of the main four horsemen in the Four Horsemen universe. And Chris is just going to tell us everything he can and fit it in his time span, basically. Boom, go.
Hey,
see, that's what I do.
Hey, Joe, thanks for having me on. It's good to be here.
No worries.
I know you talked with Tim Taylor here recently, a good friend of mine and one of the authors I publish. Super good guy. And he said, you were a super good guy. And I said, oh, wow, I got to get on. I got to go talk with Joe. I think you had Casey on too, didn't you?
Yes. And Griffin. And I just had, just forgot his name. That's so bad of me. I had it just here.
Him. Oh, yeah, him. Absolutely him.
Was it Chris?
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, no. It's the tanker guy. Chris, it's right here. Kevin Ickleberry. That's it.
Kevin Eikenberry. Yep.
Eikenberry. That's it. Yeah, he told me.
He was in my house last weekend.
Oh, there we go. I did the video of him a couple of days ago. It was literally just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, we had the CKP, the Chris Kennedy Publishing end of the year party this weekend.
Cool.
In spite of COVID, we had 27 people in the house. We're allowed 30 here in Virginia now.
Yeah, we're bound to 6 people.
Yeah,
I've got 6 in my family, so I'm not allowed out.
Yeah, it was a good time. It's one of those things with the whole convention schedule getting canceled this summer. It was good to see all the folks again. So totally worth it. I don't think I got COVID, so that's good.
I've been quite lucky so far. Touch wood. I live in a village, so I'm just boring. I just walk around the country. Nothing gets me. So
I'm in a decent sized city. I live in Virginia Beach, it's the biggest city in Virginia, supposedly. So
but there we go.
Try and do the right things.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do it. Let's get into this. So what do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about books, or do you want to talk about your publishing? What would you prefer to go into first?
I'm happy to talk whatever you want to do. I mean,
let's talk about the newest book. The newest book. Let's do the newest, then the next one, and then we'll do a few of them, and then we'll go through it.
Okay.
Perfect.
You mean books that are coming? You want from the publisher, or books coming from me?
Talk about you first. We'll do you. We'll do what you've just done, then what you've got lined up, if you want to talk about any ideas, and then when we go to publishing, we can then talk about publisher side and other books like that.
Certainly. As an author, it's funny that you should have me on right now. August was the month of Kennedy.
Yes,
I think just about every book that I released in August had my name on it. So I had a Four Horsemen book, the one that was with Tim Taylor. I had a Fallen World book, which is kind of a post-apocalyptic universe with Chris Woods. Had a novella in Chuck Gannon's Kane Riordan universe. Had an anthology, Semper Paratus, which is kind of a post-apocalyptic anthology that we did, and then another Four Horsemen book, Gale Force, with Mark Wandry. So I don't want to say that I was kind of whoring myself out all over the place, since I had a co-author on most of those, but it just kind of stacked up that way. Some anthologies take a little bit longer to put things together. And, that was the first one, but it ended up being almost the last, and, here and there, and trying to get authors' schedules to line up. By the time they all did, all of them ended up being in the same month. And no one made fun of me, so that was cool. We had the month of Eikenberry, having just mentioned Ike, I think in April, where he had like 3 books that all happened to stack up and come out at the same time. And it's always fun, when you can do that with a good author like Kevin is. you can decide for yourself whether I am or not. But certainly is, and I can say that.
Well, you've got quite a few books under your belt, so you must be doing something right, or people wouldn't read them.
Yeah, I've got about 30 of my own, that my name's on, and I've published closing in on 200, I think, total as a publisher. I'm probably going to do right about 60 this year, which is better than one a week. So I told my wife I would slow down because the 45 I did last year was too many. So I'm doing 60.
Yeah.
She's like, so this slow down thing, I don't think you understand the concept of slow down. And I had to say, well, I meant to.
Yeah, I tried, but you
then people kept giving me good books, and what was I supposed to do? She's like, slow down. Oh yeah, that's right.
If you turn away, one of them books could be, you can't turn.
I know, had to be done. But next year, I told her I'll slow down. She's like, you've said that the last 2 years, and you published 20% more this year.
Well, just do like 19%.
Yeah,
just do it. Yeah, you know what I mean. And then it's the same, bar one book.
Right. It's not that I sped up. I slowed down on my speeding up. How about that?
That's it. Yes, it. You know what I mean. I like that. Yeah. She won't have it. She's like, no. That's not mine.
She's smarter than that. She wouldn't buy it for a moment.
Yeah, I tried that. Brian just doing stuff. My partner. She's like.
She's just trying to keep me from having an early heart attack. So I love her, and she's my biggest fan. So it's all good.
Oh, it's all love. It's always love.
Yeah, lots of love.
Oh yeah.
But
so go on, right?
So I, as an author, I do science fiction, I do fantasy, I do post-apocalyptic. Are probably the big ones for me. Typically science fiction. I've done a couple fantasy. I'd like to get back to that, but it's just a matter of trying to grow the list of the readership. And most of my readers are sci-fi, so gotta go with where the readers are.
Well, that's it. If you've got you've got your loyal fans. They're waiting for you, and as long as you like doing it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I love writing sci-fi. Got a couple different series. I've got one of my own that I'm working on finishing. And then the Four Horsemen series certainly has a big readership. I think the Facebook group for it has 1,300 people in it. So that, good amount of readers, people enjoying the Four Horsemen universe. So got to continue to get those out. As a publisher, I think we've put out one every 3 weeks for the last 2.5 years. There's like 50. Yeah, there's like 58 books in the Four Horsemen universe. When
I did the interview with Tim, he said that the 50th one was just coming out then, and that was 3 weeks ago. I think he miscounted. Maybe he did. Maybe he might have missed one out. Then.
I don't know. I could count them right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What's 14 times 4? 56. Plus 1, so 57. There are 57 books.
That's a hell of a lot of books. I tell most of my friends, like when I talk about doing interviews and talk about the Four Horsemen stuff, like 50 books out since I might be wrong. Was it 2013? Is it around then? Was it
that first started? End of 2016, I think.
Oh, there you go. Even better. So I tell my friend, and he's like, "Really? They're not that many books." I'm like, because he just does fantasy, so he doesn't really sci-fi stuff. So I'm telling him, it's like, wow, it's amazing. I'm like, I know. Like,
and I didn't write them all myself. Obviously, we've got a good group of authors, that are core authors, and then we'll bring in other authors periodically. We've got 9, I think, anthologies. So we've had over over 100 authors write in the universe, I think, and have been really, really lucky in that we've been able to keep the standards high. Every book that comes out, I read to make sure that they're within canon and they all fit the universe, and it's all good. And Mark Wandry, who was the other universe creator along with me, we keep a pretty firm grip on canon and make sure that everything, stays as it should. You don't get, people putting in their own personal little thing. Oh, look, I get to write in the Four Horsemen universe, so I'm going to create anti-gravity.
Something that's just like, no.
Yeah, it's like, no. You're in our sandbox. You're not supposed to poop in it. You're supposed to, build a castle, not take a dump.
Yeah, that's it.
Some people want to get in the sandbox and they're like cats, scratching away in the cat box. No, that's not what it's for.
But the thing is, you're not that strict. From what I'm talking to Tim and Chris, not Chris.
Kevin,
that's it. Sorry, Nate. I'm sorry. Name.
Okay.
Faces.
Okay,
I remember Faces.
You can call me Chris. Call him Kevin.
That's it. Like they said, as long as you follow these few things and you just go over it, you can pretty much do what you want as long as you follow, the simple things. It's not don't go bringing in a Death Star.
Right. And we give authors a Bible that says, here's the things you can do. Here's the things you can't do. Just follow these few rules and you're golden. I mean, Tim Taylor ran with it. I mean, he cut out his own nebula and has his own plot line going on in there. And he created, a whole bunch of stuff, but it was all within canon. It was all a lot of fun. Some cracking stories. It was so much fun that I had to join him for the last one because I wanted to be part of it too.
It's a fun story. Oh, I like your ideas. I'm joining in.
Yeah. Well, he invited me. And I was like, oh yeah. So I brought one of the Four Horsemen mercenary groups, one of the ones that I'm in charge of, and came in and they were going to blow up Earth. We had to do something.
Oh, so Earth's in it. Okay. So I only just found about the Four Horsemen. I've seen the pictures and stuff, but there's so many books out there, I could never get around to doing it. And then when I spoke to Tim, I've been looking into it now and then, but I don't know nothing because it's such a massive universe. I don't know anything about it. So all this stuff is really interesting me because I haven't got a clue. Just
Well, what I would tell you is to pick up the first one, which is Cartwright's Cavaliers, and give it a read. I can even shoot you the ebook if you do ebooks, and you can take a look. There is the main storyline, and then there are other things. So you don't have to read all 50. What did I say? 57. Yes. Just to stay up with the story. The main storyline is much smaller. A lot of the stuff is, expanding the universe. You got, I think I said 9 books that are anthologies. So you don't have to read all those, to still enjoy the main storyline. Like I said, the main storyline is much shorter.
So with this, when are you doing your next one? What's your plan for doing your Four Horsemen, your story? Sorry.
Yeah, my next book. That's a loaded question because I'm working on a Four Horsemen book now, but it isn't going to be a mainline book. It's going to be we have a series in the Four Horsemen of YA books, young adult books. And I'm working on one of those that'll be outside the main storyline. The next one that I'm going to write that's main storyline will be with Mark Wandry, and we'll probably get together on it. I think end of next month to start on it. And we can bang them out pretty quickly when with both of us working on it. He just finished one that is main storyline with one of our other authors, Marisa Wolf, and that'll be out, I think, October 23rd.
Oh, soon.
Yeah. So coming up on 58, like that.
Well, you are doing, what did you say, one every 3 weeks or something?
Yeah,
You were saying
just,
putting them
yeah,
out.
pretty much.
Well, drinking the Pepsi, that's what it is, getting all that energy in you.
Yeah. More caffeine. More caffeine. I must have more caffeine.
That's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
So
my wife comes in and goes, "Are you going to take any of those cans downstairs?" Oh yeah.
My partner, she'll buy ciders for me, and I don't really do it much. But sometimes, like, I'll open one and I think, I'll just grab like half the box and run in there quickly, and I'm doing whatever I'm doing in here, like drinking some going, and that'll be that. And I'm coming in the next morning, half a pile of these cans, I'm like, take them out, and I go or I forget, and then like the next evening, because usually it just lasts me like 2 days, and then I don't have it for like another week or two, and then she treats me one, and that's how it goes. So I'll hammer like the first load of it, and then the next night I think, I'll have me some more. I go in there, there's like a couple, and I'm like, Bridie, have you drunk all my drink? She's like, no, I haven't drunk your drink. I'm like, sure you haven't drunk my drink? I know I drunk it, but I'm not blaming her. Poor, bless her. Stop blaming me. It's not me. I'm like, you drink my drink, Bridie. You got a problem. You need to stop this. Yeah, she's going to watch this interview and be like, see, I know you knew. I just do myself in it. Yeah. So, I always say so. I'm so excited. Right. What else are you doing? So have you got anything not for Horsemen that you're planning on?
Yeah. I'm actually working on a new series with Kevin Eikenberry, as it turns out.
I think he said.
Sorry?
I think he did mention it, but I don't think in detail. But I think he may have.
Yeah, he probably said it's a secret project that we haven't told anyone about yet. Because it was pretty secret until last weekend, and we brought it out to some of the other authors and said, hey, we're doing this new thing with this new stuff and these new bad guys, and we're looking for a couple more authors to join us in this thing. So there are more people that know about it now, but we haven't made the full announcement. We'll probably do that toward the end of this week. But I've got, as of this morning, 13,000 words into the first book, and I think Kevin has about 15. So I got to catch up with him. So that's almost 30, and it'll probably go about 75 or 80. So we're almost halfway on it already.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we got that. I've got a book that will be out in January with David Weber, Into the Light. Which is the sequel to Out of the Dark. He and I will be working on another one, probably coming up here soon. So that's coming out from Tor. So that's, pretty cool. And then, working on a couple books in the Four Horsemen universe, working on my own series, which this will be the 11th and final book in my Theogony series. So I've got, I think, probably 8 books that I have at least a couple thousand words into. Really ought to get around to finishing one or all of them. So
I'm going to be curious about asking so what's your process when doing this? Because you've got your publishing, you've got a lot that you do regarding that. There's a lot, even if you're not writing everything. As I said, you read it and you have to go over all of this stuff.
Yep.
As well as you're doing all these projects and writing everything.
Yeah, I read every book that I put out. So there is a lot of reading. Typically, my day, I write in the morning. Mornings are for writing, so I'll get up about 7, have breakfast, start writing. I'll write till lunch, probably 12 or 1 o'clock. And then I'll transition over and do publishing stuff, whether that's editing, working on cover design, working on formatting, working on marketing. Normally do a little bit of marketing in the morning, and then some more, on toward dinner time, to kind of keep things going. Probably, working on whatever book was the last one out, to keep giving it some love, and then, reaching back to one that came out a little while ago and, giving it a boost too. So I work long days. When my wife doesn't come in and go, you need to give me some time now too.
I am here. Hello.
Yeah. Hi, remember me? We're still married. But aside from that, I probably put in, a good 12 or 16-hour day most days.
Do you work the weekends as well, or do you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I took all of last week off, or last weekend, probably from like Wednesday through Monday, with all of the party stuff. And we had a deep sea fishing trip as part of that, and a couple other things. But most days, work through the work weekends, unless we have something else going on. That's the nice thing about being in charge. When there's something else to do, you can go, all right, we're done. Time to go do that.
It's a hectic life.
It is, but it's good. I mean, it keeps me busy.
It's brilliant. It is brilliant. Like, I've got children, so like, my life's hectic.
Yeah, it kind of worked out that I started writing right about the time that the kids went off to college, and all of a sudden I had more time on my hands that I could do not only writing but the publishing thing as well. I started out as a self-published author, and I was doing it pretty well. And a couple people looked and said, "Hey, look like you know what you're doing. Want to publish me?" Okay, sure, why not? Couple more. Hey, you look like you know what you're doing. You wanna publish me? Okay, sure. And then the Four Horsemen thing started, and it's like boom, 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 boom. And before I knew it, I was a publisher. I hadn't really intended to do it. I didn't seek it out like, oh wow, I could create this master plan where, if I do this and then that and then this, I have this empire. But it kind of happened, and the empire found me.
Well, sometimes, like, some of the best things is when you end up just doing it because you can do it. And like because you wanted to do it, you've not done it because you thought, like you said, you want to work out to try and do it because you want to get money, or you want to do it for whatever, fame or whatever. You've done it because it just happened and you just went with it, and you're just working.
There was an opportunity and I pursued it.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, that's really good. That's really good.
Yeah. Now I have 8 different imprints under Chris Kennedy Publishing. There's one Theogony that does science fiction. There's one that does fantasy. There's one that does Chuck Gannon's Kane Riordan universe. There's one that does Four Horsemen. There's one that does kind of horror post-apocalyptic. There's the newest one is Quillcraft Press, which is a nonfiction imprint that does author building things. The mission is turning writers into authors, to help folks out. Then there's even a romance line. We were at 20 Books Vegas last year, and somebody said, "You need a romance line." And I said, "I don't need a romance line." They said, "You need a romance line." I have a romance story. I don't need a romance line. And Mark Wandery's wife and my wife said, "Yeah, you need a romance line, and we'll run it for you." So they talked me into it, and now we have a romance line. And that book, we have the next one in that comes out in 2 weeks. Men in Uniform. Although some people look at the cover, some people look at it and say, that cover looks more like it's men out of uniform.
Yeah, there's no uniform on that one.
Yeah. kind of looks like his flight suit's open in the middle and about to come off. Well, maybe. So bunch of different imprints doing, a bunch of different things. The core of the business, though, is science fiction and fantasy, with kind of some post-apocalyptic. We have a number of shared universes. One of them is the Fallen World, which is post-apocalyptic. Currently running 4 different shared universes at the moment. The Four Horsemen universe, obviously. The Fallen World, which I mentioned. Chuck Gannon's Kane Riordan universe. Murphy's Lawless is what that is. And then the Salvage Title universe, which is something Kevin Steverson started. That's science fiction. Big news there. A couple days ago, the first trilogy got picked up for a movie. Hooray!
That's good.
So, actually 3 books that we published are going to be turned into movies. So, and it wasn't just an option. They're like, oh yeah, we're doing it. We've got a scriptwriter already.
Is there anything you can say about that, or is it a bit sort of hush hush? What can you say?
Well, they're still working on it. I mean, it's only been 2 days, so there isn't.
Oh, there you go. What is it called? What is the series? Do you say it was called?
Salvage Title.
I'll go have a look myself.
Yeah. Salvage Title by Kevin Steverson. The other 2 books in that trilogy are Salvage Fleet and Salvage System. And they're all going to be made into movies. So, hooray!
Oh, that's always a big step. I know Hollywood loves. Also, they can never make up their own ideas, so they always like taking stuff elsewhere. And quite a lot of books they pick up because they want to do it, but they never actually move on with it.
They just option it, and get the rights to it, and then never do anything with it. But that's not the case this time. They're moving forward with it. Like I said, they've got a screenwriter already. They're working on getting the producer, and so it's going to go, I think, fairly quickly. Fairly quickly in Hollywood terms. But at least, at least it's not the 38th remake of Spider-Man or something like that. I mean, something new for once. That's kind of cool.
What was it that they've done another version of? Oh, I can't remember. They have something that worked, and yet they just try and either do a prequel or do a remake it again. It's like, why? That's fine. Just take elements of that, expand on it, keep it true to why that one, was loved.
Yeah. I mean, they've completely changed around all of the superhero universes now. It's like, I don't know. Let's reboot that one for the 57th time.
I know.
Let's do something new. Something new. There's so many good books, so much good IP. Come on.
That's it. That's the thing. It's like they just they're too. I think a lot of it's because they it's the suits at the back. They look at like the figures and the money and stuff. They think if they buy your book, whether it will have enough of a following, and they do their job to actually put it out as a bigger risk than them just this works. Let's do it again.
This worked every other time we've tried it.
I know. What was it? It was the other day. I was literally thinking about the same thing. I think, was it The Thing? Are they redoing The Thing again?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember. I think I saw they're redoing it again. I might be wrong. I might have saw something that was talking about the one that they'd done before. But it's like, why redo it? The first one's fine. I mean, I like that the other one, the newer one they've done. I like that, but I've got low standards when it comes to some stuff. But like I have, like as long as it's got like good fighting action and stuff, dying, I'm quite happy. I'm entertained. But like, it's just that's good. It works. Leave it alone. You've got the blueprint of stuff that works. Just bring in some new characters, a new area. The same area. Don't do exactly the same thing. Kill everyone. Just kill them in a different way. But make it unique to its own story, but linked a bit, a few teasers, and then people are like, oh, that's a tease from that other film. They've linked it, but they've got 2 separate stories. They haven't remade again.
Well, it's cool if you can put in like some Easter eggs and link in things, and we love doing that in the books, the Four Horsemen books, because lot of times you're getting different authors working on different pieces of what's going on. And you get, hey, can I borrow your guys for a minute? I need them to come over here and do this thing. And the readers love to see, it all interconnecting and, people going back and forth, which was one of the fun parts, working with Tim, bringing one of the main four horsemen mercenary companies into his, it links it in and makes, I don't want to say makes his more relevant, but it certainly, for some of the people that only want to read, the main four.
Yeah.
Yeah. It pulls it in and certainly, gives another look at how, okay, so Tim's got all his guys, but now one of the other groups comes in, and to see them interact is pretty cool. And I loved playing with his guys, and I gave him a couple of mine to play with, and it was like we sat in the sandbox and we played well together. Well, it was a lot of fun.
What you said about the superhero thing, like the thing with Marvel, which that works, which is the same as this, is they have a few characters from other things in. So you got Iron Man with a few other characters and stuff, and people like that because they're seeing the other people, and it expands. It shows there's other people over there. So you do a couple books with these people who pop in and out, and then when you go to you do a book about these people, you're like, I know them characters from that book. People have got a bit more interest. They kind of know what they're getting into because they've already met a few of these people. The story could be completely different, but they know they've got a link already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and the interaction is fun. I mean, because you've seen this one guy in this one, over here doing his thing, and you've seen this person doing their thing, and then the interaction between the two is fun, because most of them are all alphas anyway, and they want to be the head, and
how is he going to react to that one? That's it.
Yeah.
And then you will see the drama and the clash, and they punch each other, and
that's that's the same with most characters in stories too. I mean, you don't write stories typically about the average Joe. You're writing stories about people that are going places and doing things. The more exceptional person, the person that's in the middle of things, not the person sitting at home, twiddling their thumbs. Yeah, those people tend to have big personalities, and when you get the two big personalities together,
that's it.
Sometimes fun things happen.
That's it. Oh, as well as just before they meet, you kill one of them and you anger the readers as well. That's it. You tease that they're going to meet, and then you're like, ha, no. Yeah.
We have killed some people in the Four Horsemen universe. But
I've always been like that.
It's war. People die in war. Sorry.
People die when there's not war.
Yeah.
Peaceful time in the world, you still die.
Right. It's not George R.R. Martin-ish where, okay, we're now in season 2 and every single person that was in season 1's dead. I mean, it's not like that. But here and there.
I don't mind that. I've got no problem. I enjoy it. For me, like I've said it before on a few of these streams now, I don't like someone who's just invincible, because it takes away, if they can die, it does make them feel more human, and you can then get behind them. I don't like, oh look, I can just beat everyone and no one affects me. I might get a cut, but the cut doesn't stop me. And I've had a slash and my hand stopped working, and it's like,
your arm's off. No, it isn't. No.
Yeah. I got another one.
Yeah.
And then he loses the other, and he loses his leg, poor man. I was watching a video. I actually watched that the other day. It popped up on my phone. Oh, what was we saying about? I was talking about mixing the characters. Brain's just gone brutal dead. I don't know. Right, so go on. Let's go. So, what? Do you want to talk a bit about your fantasy? Because you said you want to get into it, but is there anything idea-wise that you actually want to do? Because you spoke earlier that you want to get back into doing a few more.
Well, both as a writer and as a publisher, I'm working as a publisher to kind of build out that imprint. and the author that wrote Salvage Title, Kevin Steverson, he's got a fantasy series, got another fantasy series coming. Let's see, John Osborne has an urban fantasy, The Reluctant Druid. So we've got a number of different storylines there, and I'm looking to pick up a few more probably. And I wrote a fantasy book about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago.
It's been a while.
Sorry?
Been a while then.
Yeah, it's been a while. And I'd like to kind of rotate back to that and finish that trilogy. I was actually talking with somebody about that today. But, it's one of those things. I'm going to go back and read it again to get back into the universe and go, this is crap. Because I wrote it.
I need to change this.
Yeah, I wrote it 5 years ago, and I know I'm a better author now, and I'm going to be looking at it going, this is awful. I got to rewrite this first. But it'll be fun. And doing that, hopefully I can get around to that next year. I'm hoping next year.
When you slow down, yeah.
Yeah. When I have more time, because I'm not publishing everything. Yeah. When things are slower. Yeah.
You'll get it done with Russian doing everything else.
Yeah. Well, next year will be a little bit different because we're selling the house and we're moving into an RV. I'm going to go tour around the country a little bit for a year probably, and then move into a smaller house. So, I won't have to deal with house stuff as much, hopefully. That's the plan anyway. So, between publishing less, maybe, and that, hopefully I'll have more time to do a little more writing. That's the plan.
Well, the best plans are the ones inferior, I think.
Yeah. Till hopefully it'll survive first contact with the enemy, but they rarely do.
Don't let her see this interview. She'll be like, "You're mocking me."
Oh no, I am not mocking her. I really do.
She's watching it now.
Yeah, she's probably listening by the door. So she really is awesome though, and she's just trying to look out for me. So that's all good.
No, that's the best thing, really. So,
yeah.
I'll do it again. I keep saying so. I always lost sentences. So, right.
Oh,
that's what I do. So when I say so, when I realise I'm saying so, I go right. Then that's it. That's it. And then I don't know what the third one is. Going to give up. I don't just go for it. I was about to say so again.
So,
yeah. If someone wanted to get with you, how would they? What's a good shout for them to come to Chris Kennedy Publishing?
The best is to come to the website, which is chriskennedypublishing.com. Certainly they can contact me through that. If they want to leave a message, they can also find me on Facebook. I don't hide. I'm very, very reachable there. They can, if they're interested in the Four Horsemen universe, like I said, there's a Facebook group for that. There's also Facebook groups for Salvage Title and the Fallen World. So a number of the different universes we have are open, and we'll allow people to submit for them. What I would tell them to do is to sign up for the mailing list at chriskennedypublishing.com, because that way when there are open anthologies or we're looking for new stories, that's where I advertise first. So sign up for that. That way you'll always stay in the know.
Perfect.
And we typically do somewhere between 4 and 6 anthologies a year.
Yeah, you do quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, we typically do 1 or 2 in the Four Horsemen universe, 1 in the Fallen World, 1 in Salvage Title. So there are a good number of opportunities to jump in there. Nearly all of them are open, at least some. There's a fantasy anthology open right now that has 4 spots that are open. Some of the big names are already in. We said, okay, I'm going to invite 10, and the other 4 are fair game. We have people like David Weber, Glenn Cook, Larry Correa, Jody Lynn Nye. There's a lot of big names that are already signed up for this. And if you got a fantasy story, turn it in. You never know. Show up alongside some of those. It's going to get read.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So I want to wrap up on, you're a speaker or something of a speaker. What is? Tell me this.
I talk. I give presentations on publishing and indie publishing and how to do it. I wrote a book on self-publishing for profit. Trying to help authors that are just starting out figure it out and avoid the mistakes that I made when I was starting out. It's part that's being wrapped into the Quill Craft Press imprint. To help folks get started. I think it's important. To give the next guy behind you, a hand up. I certainly had a hand or two as I was starting out. A couple of people said, "Hey, we've got this anthology. Would you like to be part?" Sure. So they gave me a hand, and I want to give the next person after me a hand.
That's something within, especially the sci-fi military and the space opera. I have really noticed that everyone helps each other and everyone's really friendly. So like just when I started doing the YouTube and started doing this, everyone seemed really interested to help me and get like the interviews and find people and talk. Like no one was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" No one was ever negative. Everyone's very help. And I can't remember who said it, but someone said, I can't remember the quote now. All boats rise in the tide, or something like that.
A rising tide lifts all ships.
That's it. That's the man. I don't know. That's the quote. I don't know who the man was, but that's it. Like
Navy guy knows that.
Okay, so with that and a bit of my child coming in, I apologise. We're going to wrap this up because we're coming to our time. Do you want to run through one more time how everyone can find you? I will add it to the description. So your Amazon. You've got your publishing page, which you spoke about. There's Facebook, which you're very friendly, apart from you didn't get back to me for like a week when we first spoke. But it's okay. I'll let you get away with that. You forgot. It's fine. It's all right. I'll forgive you. Don't worry.
I was traveling. Sorry.
I know. But other than that,
normally I'm right back. I'm right back with somebody. I'm pretty quick to answer typically.
No, that's good.
Best place to find me is either on Facebook or contact me through chriskennedypublishing.com.
Yep. All these links will be in the description. If you want to find him, message him. If not, get onto the Four Horsemen. There's loads of them. He did say about the first one to start, which I wrote down somewhere.
Cartwright's Cavaliers.
That's it. There, I've got it there. There we go. That's it. Okay. Well, that was a lovely interview. It was very funny. I had lots of fun. Did you have fun?
I had lots of fun. I mean, we were laughing a bunch of it.
Yeah, no, I like a good friendly interview. Like I see some interviews and everyone's all like a bored and they're all sort of talking.
Well, of course, Joseph. This is the way that we do things.
That's it. That's it. I don't care. I want to laugh and talk. Yeah. It's
that's not me.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not.
In case you couldn't tell, that's not me.
I can't be fake. I see. Yeah. I've got a drink all down me. Right. I just realised I've got like a massive wet patch on the side of my leg. I don't know where that come from. I don't know.
He's got a massive wet patch
on the side of his leg.
I know how that happens.
Well, it's quite a big patch. I mean, I don't know. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Who knows? Right. All right. Well, with that, we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone who's watching.
Bye, everyone.
When its video goes up anyway. Right. See you later. Bye.
Right.
My child's it. Hang on 1 second. Bear with me. Hang on. You're all right, mate. Yeah, he's what's the time? It's like quarter to 10. Bless him. And his legs are hurting. He's getting growing pains. He's like, oh, my legs are hurting. So I'm like, oh, hang on. He's laying in bed holding his legs. I'm like, let me go get your mother. Round and got him. So I've got. She's in there, going in there now. Bless him. Oh, sorry. I'll cut that out. It's fine. I'll add it to the bloopers. I love having bloopers. All these videos, you've got little bloopers at the end of something.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. I've got another blooper for the end of the child coming in.
Hello. Dead.
Bless him. Okay, that's cool. Thank you. And hopefully, when I edit it, what you're saying actually looks like it sort of flows. Which it won't. What it'll be is you talking and the kid coming in, and then like us going. So that's that then, right? That's the end of that one.
Run away!
Yeah. Run away! Bless him. He's like, I can hear her next door now.